Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you my favorite Amazon craft room storage and organizational items for card making. This is what I use in my craft space to store some of my crafty supplies. If you're new to my channel and you like card making and paper crafting, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post new videos. So let's hop into today's video. So the first thing I want to share is this pen caddy. It's by Yamazaki, and I've had it since probably last year, and I keep it right here at my desk. It measures about 4 inches tall, and it's about 3 by 4 in overall size, and I really love this pen caddy. First, I just want to share with you, it has these little rubber grips on the bottom, so it stays in place here on my desk. And it has 2 compartments, so each side has a little compartment, and they're about 4 inches deep on both sides. This side, what I did was I added some foam, fun foam to the bottom, and then took the little rubber mat that's in the bottom and stuck it back in to cover that up. And what that did was helped me with some of my things that are a little bit shorter and then fall down inside so that they stand up a little bit more out of the caddy and they don't get lost. Now, my tweezers have a little Tim Holtz distressor on them, but that usually hangs off the side, and that helps me grab this one fastest. This is the one I use the most. I also have another one on the side over here, but that little thing hanging off there is what helps me grab that quickly. But having that little extra foam in the bottom helps my shorter things stand up a little bit taller and makes it a little easier to grab. But I love this caddy, and it works great in my right here on my craft desk and makes it a little bit easier to find things, and I don't have to go rummaging through drawers. It also has this great little wooden handle, so if I needed to pick it up and move it around, I can do that. But I do keep that right here at the corner of my desk. Another thing by Yamazaki is this metal 3-tiered tray. And what I like about this is I can swing these trays to be in any direction I want. So I have this one coming off, the wider side coming off to the right, and then the rest go on the left-hand side. And that makes it so that I can put taller things in this section. So I usually keep my spray bottles right here. I keep my alcohol and my liquid glue. I also keep my tape dispensers. I have 3 tape dispensers, and I keep these right on the bottom of the tray so that I can easily grab them. And then this also sits right on the corner of my desk. I also keep my little remote control for my air conditioner right there as well. Most of my acrylic organizers that I have, I usually just pick up at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Target, places like that. But sometimes I need ones that are particular that will fit into my drawers. I have a little bit of a deeper drawer that's right to my right side of me at my craft desk, and that is where I keep my cardstock. These trays are 6 by 10 and they're about 3 inches deep, and they fit perfectly in my drawer when I put them in sideways. If I put them in just like this, I would not be able to fit them in there. So what I do is I have them in my drawer just like this with the cards facing me so I can easily grab. I have one that has my pre-cut pattern or pre-cut solid cardstock, and these are just all different cardstocks. Sometimes when I cut a piece of cardstock down to use it for a card, I'll take the 4.5 by or 4 1/4 by 5.5 and stick it in here, and I can easily just go through this and grab out of here first. And then this other one is my white cardstock. I have my Nita 80-pound, my 110-pound. Bristol cardstock is usually in here, but I have to cut some because it's currently empty. And then in the back, I keep my pre-folded cards. I have my top folded and side folded here. And then in the back of that is where I keep my watercolor distress cardstock as well. While I have this tray out, I thought I'd talk to you about my dividers. I have these plastic comic book dividers, and I use these, I cut them down, and I use these in my storage right here, but I also use them for my stamp and die storage. And what I do is I just cut them down to the size that I need, and they go right into my drawers. And then I just label them with my label maker at the top. I love these. They're really handy. I've used them for, like I said, my stamp and die storage, but I also use them for my dividers here in my white cardstock. Another great organizer that I recently found on Amazon are these mini ink cube trays. So I have a larger one and it comes in a package of two. It's about $20 and it fits perfectly into my drawer where I keep all of my little mini ink pads. They have little grids in here so that it'll hold the ink pads perfectly, and I like that I can just keep them all there. And they also have smaller trays. So I have a bunch of the Gina K ink cubes and I bought a package of these. It was a package of I think 4 or 5 of the little trays, and it was enough to hold my Gina K inks with some room to spare. But they are made of, I think, probably an MDF. They're painted white and they're pretty sturdy. They're a nice thick tray, and they fit perfectly into my drawer. I even have room for more, and I can stack them. So I have my 2 of the distressed ones and I stack them on top of each other, and I did the same thing with my Gina K's where I just have them all stacked in there and they fit very nicely. And just in case if I forgot to mention, I do have a link to all of these items down below in the description. It's to one Amazon link, and it'll take you to all the things that I'm showing in today's video. The next one is kind of boring, but it's something that I have been doing for many years since I renovated my craft room originally, and that is drawer dividers. These are bamboo. My original ones I had were plastic, and the plastic ones I really liked, but what I like about the bamboo ones is they're very slim. The plastic ones I had a little like ledge and a little thicker down at the bottom, so it was a little harder to keep some of my acrylic trays, but these are nice and slim. They do come in different sizes. I linked to the size I used in my drawers, but just watch that if you have smaller drawers, make sure you buy the smaller size. But I had to buy the larger ones so that they would fit from front to back in my drawers. But I love these because I can take one drawer and divide it and use it for maybe 2 or 3 different items when it comes to my paper crafting. The next thing I have is this wicker basket. This comes in a package of 2. They're 2 for $25. It's taller in the back, shorter in the front, and I love this for display. I use one to display some of my finished cross-stitching pillows, and this one is the one I use to leave on my countertop here for new products, things that I've recently purchased, or if I'm going through my drawers and I see something, or if I have a holiday coming up that I want to start kind of pulling some products out, I can put them in this basket, and I reach for this stuff first so that I know I'm first using the stuff I recently purchased, but I'm also using the products that I pulled out for holidays, and I don't have to go searching for it when it's time. So this one is just where I keep new stuff. So I have some new fall things, I have some older things in here. Then this just sits right on my countertop with all of those supplies handy. The next one I'm sure you've seen a million times, but this is a Elizabeth Ward bead tray, and I love this. I have 2 of them, and this is what I use to store all of my sequins and little embellishments that I use for card making. This is my second one. My other one is completely full, but it's filled with all of these little trays or cubes that you can use to store your sequins or beads. They do have different size ones. So this one comes with all mini sizes, but then they have ones that are a combination between mini and a little bit larger. And then they even have one that I think that has even larger trays. I have all of the mini ones, and I love this. It's a great storage item, and I'm sure you've seen this a million times on other people's craft room videos, but it is great storage for our sequins and embellishments that we use for card making. Next up is cardstock storage. I'm not going to talk about what I use for keeping my colors separated, but I wanted to talk about the actual holder. This is by MDesign, and when I just went on Amazon to see where if they were still available, they are not, but they are available in black. But keep an eye out because I have looked for them in the past and they weren't available, and then all of a sudden they're available. So I think they just come in and out of stock, but they come in a package of 4. They're by MDesign, and they're this nice heavy plastic. And I have a bunch of these lined up on my countertop that displays all of my cardstock. I have mine facing forward so I can see the colors, but if you wanted to, you can also keep them facing backwards, and then you can see the colors through your little handle right here. This is a great storage. The only thing about it that is not very wide, it's only about 2.5 inches wide, but what is nice about it is it does have the deeper section here. So they have a little bit of room. So if you use different types of cardstock storage protectors or organizers, then you have that space, because I know some of them can be pretty big and take up a little bit more space in your holder. But for me, I'm using just these cellophane sleeves that you would buy to pack maybe cardstock. And so far this has been working for me, but I'm not going to really say 100% that it's working, because I'm still testing that out. That's why I'm not gonna link to those or anything like that. But this divider is something I've been using, or these holders have been something I've been using in my room since I moved into this craft space and did renovations the first time when we added the original cabinetry in here. But they are great. They fit nicely on my countertop, but I also can put them in my built-in bookcase if I wanted to do that as well. Well, last but not least are these little drawer organizers. These are 3x3x2, but they're by Store Eye, and I just recently purchased a couple packages of these. They come in a package of 6, and they're about $10, but they are nice, thick acrylic, and I love them for organizing drawers, but I also like to use them to organize my pops of color on display. So these are really nice. I actually even used one upside down when I'm taking photos of my cards. I set my card on top of it to give it a little height. So they come in handy for a lot of things. They're also stackable, so you have a little bit of space here. So if you were trying to organize something, you could stack them on top with a little bit of space underneath. However, I just use them in my drawers and organize that way. I use them in my Alex drawers, and I also use them in my regular craft room drawers. So these work both in the thinner Alex drawers and the thicker, or the deeper ones rather. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and found some great storage for your craft room. I will leave again a link to my Amazon store down below. That'll link to all of the products I just shared with you today in this video. But these are some of my favorite craft room organizing supplies that I get on Amazon that definitely make things a lot easier here in my crafty space. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.